Witness history as two hockey pioneers who broke down barriers discuss their journeys. Meet last year's American Hockey League playoff MVP, Andrew Poturalski. He's back in the Gulls lineup at just the right time. And the entire team goes bowling for a great cause. That and more now on this edition of Gulls All Access.
For Karen, wrap around, score!
Hello everyone, and thanks for watching Gulls All Access. I'm Emily Harlan. Andy Zilch will be joining us from the road later in the show. We begin with two history-making hockey players. In 1958, Willie O'Ree became the first African-Canadian to play in the National Hockey League, breaking the league's color barrier. In 2015, San Diego's Blake Boulden became the first African-American to play in the National Women's Hockey League, which had just formed that year. Recently, Boulden and O'Ree got together to share their stories.
When I first recognized or realized that I was the first black player to play professional in America, I didn't know it because someone had to tell me. And when girls were coming up to me saying, Blake, 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 I want your autograph, I love you so much, I was like, oh, okay, this is my path, this is my responsibility, because when I was a little girl, I didn't look up and see anyone that looked like me. So I really took that to heart, and I want to be that person for all the little girls behind me. And I don't even really see it as pressure, more so as a privilege.
With myself, growing up in the eastern part of Canada, I started skating at the early age of 3, started playing organized hockey at the age of 5, and thanks to my older brother, who was not only my older brother and my friend, but he was my mentor and taught me a lot that I would need to know. And then when I was 14 years of age, I decided I wanted to become a professional hockey player, and I turned pro in 1956 with the Quebec Aces. And I was the only black player, along with Stan Maxwell, another black player, the only two, playing in the league. And you'd go around and you wouldn't see any players of color in the stands, and and I was wondering why, but it was rough. You heard a lot of the N-word. You heard, black cats being thrown on the ice when you were playing, cotton balls, saying that you should be back picking cotton and things like that. But my older brother said, Willie, he said, names will never hurt you unless you let them. He says, if these people can't accept you for the individual that you are, because at that time I had the skills and the talent to play the game. And I played it. I fought a lot when I first started. I fought because I had to, not because I wanted to, but guys just wanted to see what I was made of. And we didn't wear no helmets, no visors, no cages, and guys would take shots at my head, and and I'd fight. But I finally gained the respect of not only the players on the opposition, but fans in the stands. And it got easier, and then, I met Jackie Robinson on 2 occasions, and now they gave me the name, the media gave me the name, the Jackie Robinson of hockey, and it stuck with me all these years.
Making sports history in hockey as Jackie Robinson did in baseball, Willie O'Ree of the Boston Bruins, a native of Fredericton, New Brunswick, is the first...
It must be quite an exciting thing, isn't it, to get into an NHL game for the Boston Bruins. What do you feel about it, Willie? Anything unusual?
No, it was the greatest thrill of my life, I believe. I'll always remember this day.
I mean, everything that Willie has described, probably times a million worse for you, but growing up, I started in 1999, 2000, and I played boys hockey because that's all that I had. And so I was not only just the only girl, I was the only black person. I went to prep school in Lake Placid, New York. I was the only black girl at the prep school for 4 straight years. And that was crazy, just to look around and feel like I was in just a place that I just didn't feel as comfortable. But I loved the game so much, and nothing was gonna stop me. And my mom said, you know what, there may be things that people say to you, but I don't want that to deter you from doing what you're passionate about. And I just listened to that, and she was a huge leader for me and a role model. And that's the reason why I was just like, you know what, all that other crap is just down the drain because I don't care, and I'm gonna be me, you know?
Exactly.
It's a huge honor. I mean, That's the reason why I still play right now. I love sharing my story, and I think stories are very important to share with the world. And it doesn't matter if you're not into hockey. It's just for a female in this day and age, it's very empowering to see young women doing what they do best and following their dreams. So I love talking to every single soul that comes up to me about my story. If they want to know, I want to share it. And it's just a pleasure to get to know different people all over the world, you know?
It is.
Right now I run a mentorship program, Boulden Athletics, and I have 3 or 4 black girls that I work with that come to me specifically for that play hockey. And I enjoy every single second bonding with them, setting goals with them, seeing them achieve, going to college, whatever they want. It's like I'm super passionate in that, and I want to continue to propel that until I can't anymore.
Yeah, goal setting is very important. You need to set goals for yourself, you know, and work towards your goals. And don't let anybody tell you you can't attain your goal. If you feel strongly within your heart, within your mind, that's the only 2 things that count. And work towards your goals, because if you don't, you'll regret it later on. You will. And I love what I've been doing over the past 22 years. I've met thousands of boys and girls. I've had phone calls, emails, letters from boys and girls that I went to their school, and you know, they said, Mr. Ree, you probably don't remember me, but my name is so-and-so, and I'm 13 years old, and when you came and talked about goal setting and believing in yourself and liking yourself, he says, I use these in my daily life, and I feel a much better person. I am.
It's such an honor. I get so excited when I get to hang out with you. You bring such awesome energy to any room that you come into, any ice rink you walk into. So I'm really happy to be here with you today.
Well, the feeling is mutual. You know, I coming to San Diego back when, '67, and playing with the Gulls, you know, for 7 years, and I liked it so much. I just decided after I retired that I was going to just stay in San Diego, and there was about 10 guys from Canada that I played with that decided to stay, and I've enjoyed every day of it.
Honestly, it was a shame that I hadn't known about you until I was in college. I was a 7-year-old little black girl trying to figure out the whole hockey dynamic, and my uncle, in fact, told me that you even existed, and I was like, why don't I know this? And so it's such a pleasure that I get to know and speak to you, and we can reconnect on events like this.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the work that we're going to be doing, and in the future.
Up next, he was the AHL's playoff finals MVP for Charlotte last year. Now Andrew Poturalski is hoping to make another playoff run, this time with the Gulls. Plus, we'll take you to Game 5 of the USA vs. Canada Women's Hockey Rivalry Series and explain Ryan Johnston's family ties to Team Canada. As we go to break, in case you missed it, after 4 years without a hat trick at home, the Gulls had their second of the season when Kiefer Sherwood tallied 3 goals against San Jose.
Sherwood weaves his way in, breaks it in, shoots and scores! 1-1 the score. Kiefer Sherwood ties it up. Short-handed up his sleeve, he'll break it in, scores! 3.4 seconds, Kiefer Sherwood, his second of the night. Sherwood shoots, scores! Throw the hat! A hat trick for 44! He gets 2 short-handed goals, 1 on a penalty shot, and it's the first hat trick of his young 2-year career.
What was going through your mind on the penalty shot?
You know, just stay in the present. You know, I just try to put it where I wanted, and you know, just kind of let the rest take care of itself.
When you get that puck on your stick from Chase in the third period and you're lining it up, are you thinking about hat trick there?
I'm just thinking shoot, you know, trust my shot, get it off quick.
Talk me through that second goal that you had. The time was running out on that one. You had only 3 seconds left on that shorty.
Yeah, Sammy made a great play to intercept that puck and made a great pass, and you know, I just try to have a quick release, you know, try to catch a goalie off guard a little bit.
Keep any of the hats?
I don't know where they're at.
Gulls fans, coming up Saturday, it's Country Night at the Chonga Arena, San Diego. Come on out to claim your own Gulls cowboy hat as the Gulls host the San Jose Barracuda at 7:30. That's this Saturday, February 22nd. We hope to see you there. We now welcome my co-host, Andy Zilch, from the road.
Thanks, Emily. I'm with the team in Des Moines, Iowa, where the players look to stay hot and continue pushing towards a playoff spot. After missing 33 games due to a fractured wrist, forward Andrew Poturalski recently returned to the lineup and will be a key addition to that playoff push. We recently caught up with the forward to learn his story, which began back in Williamsville, New York.
I started skating probably around four years old, and then hockey probably around 5 once I got the skating down. But just being a Sabres fan, and hockey is so big in Buffalo, and growing up watching that on TV all the time is kind of what got me into it. No one in my family really played hockey before me, so I was the first one, but definitely the popularity of the Sabres, and I was a big Dominik Hasek fan, surprisingly. He's a goalie, but he's the one who got me into the game, and that's why I want to start playing. I played baseball in the summer and hockey most of the winter, and sprinkled some other sports in there too, but I was always smaller growing up. My parents really never let me play football, so it was always hockey. And once I started doing well at Nichols and started getting some attention, more of at a bigger stage and going to the USHL, I think that's when it kind of started to sink in that maybe this is something I'm going to be serious with, and hopefully I can make a career out of it. But then going to UNH was definitely huge. It's a huge hockey school, hockey town, and it's definitely the biggest sport there. So going in there and just learning from everyone there and the culture in that program was definitely big for me. And if you would have told me at the beginning of my sophomore year I was going to sign after the year, I would have never believed you. And it's definitely eye-opening. You go from college where you play a ton of top minutes, and you're kind of the guy there, and you step into a pro rank, and then you're all of a sudden at the bottom of the totem pole, and everyone's dreams to be in the NHL, and you kind of get a rude awakening where you realize how good the AHL is and how good players are. I remember just being told I was going up and playing in Minnesota in 2 nights, and FaceTiming my now fiance. She was with my family just watching my game back home in Buffalo, and they're all super excited, and then trying to plan travel to get out to Minnesota, and it's just an unreal experience to be able to do that. And it's a dream come true, and that's where everyone wants to be, and it's cool to say I've done that, and now I want to work hard to get back there.
For the first time in franchise history, the Charlotte Checkers are Calder Cup champions!
We were just super close, so everyone loved each other in the locker room. We got along so great, and it goes such a long way when you're on the ice and you're familiar with everybody, and when stuff goes wrong, you don't get down on each other, and you just know if you keep doing the stuff and trusting each other, it's going to get better and you're going to score some goals. So that was definitely a huge part of our success, and just that feeling of watching that clock tick down and jumping up and down with your teammates is awesome. And throwing the gloves up, that's what everyone's goal is at the start of a season, and to be able to do that at the end and win that final game was definitely awesome. I was definitely really fortunate and grateful that I got the chance to win that, but like I said, winning the Calder Cups definitely was more important. My time here has been great so far. Obviously a little unfortunate accident with my broken wrist, but since I've been here I've loved it, and the fans have been surprisingly really passionate and know the game of hockey, which I wasn't expecting on the West Coast.
Blocked in front, rebound, they score! It's punched in.
And you can't beat this weather or anything like that, so there's so much to do here to get your mind off of hockey when you're not at the rink, but when you show up it's definitely a big hockey market and everyone wants to win, so it's been a lot of fun.
What's up, Gulls?
No doubt Andrew Poturalski has been a very welcome addition to the lineup. Turning now to Sudbury, Ontario, Canada, where the Johnston family has 3 boys and 2 girls, and all have played hockey at the college, junior, or AHL level. One of them is Gulls defenseman Ryan. When Team Canada's women came to play a series against Team USA in Anaheim recently, Ryan joined his parents to watch his sister Rebecca play for the Canadians.
One of the best rivalries in all of sport, Canada, United States. It's Game 5 of the rivalry series. Attendance tonight, 13,320, most ever for a national women's team in the United States.
It's amazing to see the best women's hockey in the world just right in Orange County. It's pretty inspirational, especially to younger girls, to see the girls play hockey here.
had a picture of who's left from the 2010 Olympic team, and there's I think only 3 players or 4 players from that team are still playing.
So Poulin, Becca, and Mickelson?
Mickelson, 3 of them, from 2010.
Longevity's pretty hard, you know, stay around that long.
United States here as they play catch at the point. Bozek, and they score! Right from the point, it's Bozek shot, tipped in front. Team USA goes out in front, 1-0.
That's the worst start.
We've had better start.
Yeah.
Here's Rebecca Johnson. Sharp wrangled in front, Cavallini, and Canada scored! It's Gable. Lauren Gable shoots, she scores! Gable! Now Cameron Easy scores!
It's not a very good start. It's pretty hard to win a game when you don't get in the offensive zone for the first 4 minutes of the game. But I mean, they always seem to just capitalize on the chances. As much as I watch like Team Canada, they might not be in it as much, but somehow they just find a way to like stay into the game, and they did that with the first goal.
Talent, and again, her speed. Look at this breakup now for Team Canada scores! Break it up and put it in. Melody Daoud. Incredible shots, but they're throwing shots now. There's a shot. Scores!
The score at the end of regulation, Team USA 3, Team Canada 3.
There it is, the Whistler, and the pass, it's there! Oh my goodness, how did that not go in? There's another chance, empty net, oh they score! Megan Bozek, Team USA wins it in overtime.
Well, for the greatest crowd this country has ever seen in women's hockey, what a brilliant finish for this American team.
I mean, we were super competitive growing up, and he's taught me a lot. We always go on the ice together, me and my brothers, and I guess my sisters when they did play, but we all are really competitive with each other, we push each other, and they're definitely part of my growth and the process.
I mean, that's usually, I've always been like the brother to her. Like, I've never been, Ryan. It's always been like, Rebecca's brother, so I've always been proud of her. She's always been a really good role model, in every facet of life, and I can't say enough about what she's done for her name and for our family, and then for the game of hockey in general.
With that exciting overtime win, the U.S. won the rivalry series against Team Canada 4-1. Coming up, we'll go bowling with the Gulls. It was a great time for a great cause. That's next as Gulls All Access continues. Welcome back. As always, the Gulls are doing their part to thank the San Diego community for its incredible support. Recently, the Gulls hosted Pink in the Rink Night. Fans were encouraged to honor the ladies in their lives who are battling health issues.
Gulls fans, tonight we honor all the men and women whose lives have been affected by breast cancer. We now ask anyone affected by this disease, including family and loved ones, to stand and be recognized for your courage, determination, and support in fighting this disease.
In addition, the Gulls raised money by having fans pick a custom autographed puck, but with the autograph side face down, they didn't know which player's signature they'd get.
And he needs to take that shot, works it in, and scores!
Following the game, Gulls jerseys were auctioned to raise funds. This was the 5th annual Pink in the Rink Night. Proceeds go to the San Diego Gulls Foundation, which partners with Susan G. Komen San Diego to promote women's health initiatives, cancer research, and awareness. The Gulls were also out spreading goodwill at Mira Mesa Lanes, where fans and yours truly were able to bowl with the team. Gulls Bowling Night benefits the Gulls Foundation. The skill levels varied greatly, but one thing the players and their fans had in common was a good time.
I want to welcome everyone to the 3rd annual San Diego Gulls Bowling Night here at Mira Mesa Lanes.
is our third annual Gulls Bowling event, and as you can see behind me and you've seen throughout the night, there's tons of San Diego Gulls fans here. And what this is kind of a unique evening where our players take their helmets off, take their jerseys off, and they come and have fun. And our fans are used to seeing our players with kind of the intensity of the game, and tonight they get to see them as regular people. And really it's raising money for our foundation, which is really important, and I'm really proud to say that the entire team is here, our coaching staff is here, and again, it's a sold-out event with all of our Gulls fans, so something I'm proud of, and it's a fun night.
Say hi, say you're gonna do strike, and do it. Yes! Let's go. Here we go, team. We're on the roll.
On behalf of the players, the organization, our management team, we really sincerely want to thank you all for coming out tonight and supporting the Gulls Foundation, getting a chance to spend a few minutes with our players.
For everything that the Gulls are doing on and off the ice, check out our next edition of Gulls All Access. That's coming up Thursday, March 12th at 3:30 right here on Fox 5, so don't forget to record us. You can also catch most of the features from Gulls All Access, plus the latest from players and the team on social media. So check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and at sandiegogulls.com. That's all the time we have for this edition. For Andy Zilch, I'm Emily Harlan. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.